It's time to finally get back to some fun videos. I've just been getting a little tired about talking about these controversies with Borderlands, and even though like sometimes it's goofy fun, it's lighthearted with the cookbook or whatever, but seriously, anytime I check my phone, it's like,
well, I just downloaded BL2, saw all the new negative reviews, and saw their new TOS. Well, guess it's staying a game I will never play on PC again. What a shame.
Oh shit, there's no way people are review bombing because of that video where I broke down the terms, right? I mean, all I did was lay it out. I didn't tell anyone to go and do that. Holy shit. The last time I sat down in front of this mic for a video was when I decided to break down the new Take-Two Terms of Service, which has been applied to every Borderlands game and must be accepted to play the games online in 2025, even if you bought the copy, a decade ago. It doesn't matter. Borderlands 2, Borderlands 1, Borderlands the pre-sequel, Borderlands 3, Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, and even Borderlands Game of the Year Edition Enhanced have all had this EULA policy now implemented into the game. And this new terms of service has sparked controversy in the community for being a huge privacy concern for the current Borderlands players. Now, I honestly did not expect while covering this topic initially that it would cause so much uproar, despite it not being entirely surprising, as Take-Two's new terms of service will now be able to access a lot of information, including your address, contact information, browser history, your phone number, IP address, mobile IDs, and so much more. And as weird as all of that is for Borderlands games, I still would have never guessed the reaction that the community was going to have. And now with Borderlands 4 on the way, and we have these new terms of service that were dropped on our lap, we have now seen some Borderlands Backlash over Take-Two spying on the players. As I mentioned in the intro, despite me never telling anyone to do anything and just simply breaking down the terms of service and the new changes that applied, me just reporting the news has resulted in all of the games in the Borderlands franchise to get review bombed. Borderlands 3, Borderlands 1, Borderlands the pre-sequel, and even my GOAT, Borderlands 2. First of all, I just want to make this clear. I still, even now, do not condone anyone to go out and review the games poorly because of the changes to the Take-Two terms of service. As mentioned in the previous video, this is sadly nothing new for most industries. And sadly, this is becoming the norm with many industries right now, and not just gaming. Whether it be your phone, streaming services, social media, hell, even Google, which you likely have a Gmail account if you're also here on YouTube watching this video. But hold on a minute. If it's so normal, then why did I even report on it to begin with? Well, the difference is the terms of service that we initially agreed to was not quite the same as the one that we see today. Well, there's been several terms of service updates over the last decade in these games. None have been implemented out of nowhere like this one was. And it all comes down to Take-Two, who, as you may know, bought out Gearbox last year, and just recently they've rolled out new terms of service to a lot of their games. gaming properties, including GTA 5 and all of the Borderlands games, which the players who have purchased these games over the years are now upset as to why now, after all of these years, do they have to choose between letting one of their favorite games have legal right to all of their personal information, or jump through hoops to play offline play, down patching, deleting your 2K shift account, and so on. It's just frustrating to see this happen in Borderlands, games that are primarily played in solo anyways. And because of all of this, people are pissed.
I could go off the rails in a really bad way. Let's do it.
In the editing, I'm just going to go ahead and scroll through some of the reviews that were left in the days that followed me going ahead and breaking down the terms. Eye-opening to see the community disappointment in the spyware pretty much being snuck into these games. Now, these reviews that I'll go ahead and switch us over to were specifically left on Borderlands 2. My favorite game, not just in this series, but of all time. And to see something I reported on cause so many negative reviews on my absolute favorite game of all time is just kind of sad. But is it my fault at the end of the day? Was I the one that put these changes in the terms of service?
Absolutely not. Not me, certainly not I.
There hasn't been a single other creator that's made content about said terms of service, and a couple of the reviews have even mentioned me by name. So for anyone that's maybe just saying that these people are having an uproar about it and it wasn't because of my video, probably safe to say that some of them were indeed reactionary, which is why I'm here to speak up on the backlash that this privacy policy has stirred up, as well as react to some of the top comments on my last video, because there was also a lot of people pissed off, including a lot of you guys who are avid watchers of the channel. So I do want to go ahead and react and respond. But first, we have to mention how this also lines up with them adding kernel level anti-cheat into Borderlands 4, similar to a month ago when they did the same thing with GTA 5, which would also mean that you need an online connection to even play the game, aka live service. And I don't think you need me to tell you how bad of an idea a live service Borderlands 4 sounds.
It's the worst idea I've ever heard.
So here's to praying that that's not the case. And I also want to mention that if you are on PlayStation or Xbox, the terms of service on said consoles assume that you accept the TOS for any game that you play just by buying it and playing it on their console. So if you have loaded the game after the terms of service update, you have automatically accepted the terms to play this game, and you will not get the same prompt that PC players have been seeing for days now. Now, when it comes to our data that Gearbox and Take-Two are so interested in, I'm just going to be honest here for a minute. Our information is being sourced from so many different places that I personally will continue to play. It's just like the terms of service. Sadly, I've accepted that this is the way of the future. Companies selling off our information is only going to become more normal. Now, does that make it okay? In my opinion, no. Unless we get a reply from Gearbox or Take-Two on the matter, which I see is very unlikely, there's probably no way that we see anything get reverted. This is just a way for Take-Two to further modernize Gearbox with the industry as it shifts. And as mentioned in the initial video, these terms also combat VPNs, cheating, scamming, mods, and so much more. So if you want to check out that full video to hear more, I will leave it down in the description below. As now we're going to take a look at how you, the Borderlands community, are reacting to this situation. War Hero A21 says, and I want to preference this, I didn't cherry pick any comments here. I'm simply just scrolling the top comments, and these are my live reactions to this, so just know that going in. He says, so hang on, before BL4 comes out, they're trying to get the fan base who is still around to agree to a EULA, which states that we aren't allowed to point out bugs with it. And yeah, if you don't know what he's mentioning, in the terms of service, it says that basically if you try to quote unquote promote any sort of glitches, which is basically, you know, if you make a glitch video on YouTube or anything of the sort, maybe a YouTube short, you can now get banned for that according to the new terms of service. The next one comes from a channel member, so shout out to you, my man. Thank you for supporting the channel. He says, I knew I didn't trust Take-Two for a very good reason. Thanks for the video to make us all aware of this. Now, no, you can't even thank me, because I want to thank you guys for turning up on this video and that one, because if you have watched both, I just want to say that I appreciate you guys for keeping up with the situation, because if it wasn't for the people like us that actually pay attention to these sort of things and actually open our eyes to what these companies are doing, then nobody would be talking about it at all. So thank you, because without your feedback, we wouldn't be here making this video today. And the next one comes from Zombie Joker, and he says, as the years progress, quote, you will not own anything, not even your own information. And the next one comes from Soulshade VR 101, and he says a lot of terms of service changes are technically supposed to be illegal anyway, because terms of service are basically contracts, and contracts aren't supposed to be able to be changed without both parties' permission, and strong-arming people into forcibly accepting them definitively breaks some laws. But hey, we live in a world where companies have protections and exceptions, but not for the consumer. Now I want to bring this up because more than likely they are actually breaking some laws in certain places here. Now I don't know what laws specifically, but I'm sure there are some laws being broken here with these terms of service updates. As like he mentioned, basically threatening to take away online functionality if you don't accept the new terms of service. I just think that's wrong. I don't see that as morally correct or even legally correct. So yeah, more than likely there is something illegal going on with this terms of service. And the next one says, I miss the days where we just popped in a disc and started playing. Double facepalm emoji. Yeah man. If you're wondering where I've been, actually, I've been playing PS2 and PSP and shit like that in my free time. I have not been playing much Borderlands lately, I'm gonna be honest. So at least we can still pop in some discs, and even though it's not quite like the olden days, you still can at least go back and relive some of the classics as they were. But unfortunately, in regards to our Borderlands games, which a lot of us do deem as classics at this point, not quite the case. And the next one comes from Melanathan, and he says, in case you were curious, yes, the Vita version also got this terms of service update upon opening the game. Hopefully their spying means they'll fix the damn port. In parentheses, they won't. And I just also want to say shout out to you, my man. I've actually caught some of his streams. He actually does like a Vita playthrough that he's got. I believe he's in TVHM already, like working up. He's going to go all the way to max level. So if anybody's interested in just checking out a quirky little version of Borderlands 2, I definitely recommend that, because that version of the game does not get enough love. And I know it's shitty, like all things considered. It's one of the worst versions of Borderlands 2, but it's still just a master for how they even got it to work at all. But to reply to your comment, I think it's fucking crazy that they left the Vita version in absolute dismay. It's one of the worst optimized versions of the game. And instead of fixing it, how about we just roll out the terms of service to it? You know, let's go ahead and see what the Vita community's up to. Made in the Shade Creations comes in with a comment, and he says, not only to speak on the invasion of privacy, but as a multiplayer game that I bought nearly solely to play with my fiance, Borderlands 3 is almost unplayable in co-op. We started trying to play through it again to get ready for 4, and it seriously completely crashes every time we have tried since 4 was announced. I've stopped trying and just jumped back on 2. And yeah, speaking of versions that they left in a bad state, Borderlands 3, especially on the Xbox. The game crashes, it lags up, chokes on itself. It's just a bad time. But now I gotta turn it to you guys. What do you think of this recent backlash over the Take-Two terms of service? I honestly don't know what else to say. A lot of you guys were stating in the comments of that video that, well, you're done playing Borderlands games now, and I guess this is it. And if that's the decision that you choose to make, well, then that's completely up to you, and I'm not going to try and sway you any other way. Just know that there probably is a company out there that is siphoning your information other than Take-Two. But seriously, thank you guys for watching this video to the end, and if you did enjoy it, please smash a like on it and consider subscribing if you guys are new. I will be down in the comments replying to you guys, seeing what you all have to say. And for anyone wanting to go the extra step to help support the channel, it's only $5 to become a channel member, and you can get yourselves on this nice little shout out page. Which, speaking of them, I gotta give a big shout out to my Borderlands bins, including Gone Blood Psycho, who I mistakenly did not say his name in the last commentary, and I just wanted to say again, I'm sorry for that, my brother. I would never do that on purpose, and I know you know that, as I already spoke to you in the comments and in the last stream and everything like that, but just wanted to say I appreciate you for being so understanding, and much love to you for supporting the channel. And along with him leading the pack, we've got Tony Owen, Slayer75, Checkers, Dangerous, Ninja Crows, Action Bastard 2, HC2671, Wesker 520, and previously mentioned Ian Crawford. Love you fuckers to death. You guys motivate me to keep coming back and talking about Borderlands, even when it's in probably the worst shape that it's ever been. So know that that support will never go lost on me, but most importantly, remember that I love you all to death. I want you to take it easy out there, stay safe, and with that, I will see you all in the next one.